So remember how a few days ago I posted a video update and I said that it was going to be a one-time thing, that I was just trying out the Kardashian mode of communication and well, I blame you for the fact that I'm sitting here in front of my phone again speaking to you on video because that video reached so many people that I don't think I would have been able to communicate with in normal email or Facebook status, methods. So here I am with an update. It's a good update. You already knew from last time that chemo is not going to be in my future. Yay for that. As of yesterday, I know that radiation is not going to be in my future either. The doctor at the CTCA that had recommended that I do that is on a different page than my radiation oncologist here, and I spent 45 minutes with her yesterday in which she pretty much debunked everything that this other physician had said, and I trust her implicitly, and so do all of my doctors here, so I'm going to go with her and say no radiation. And then last time I talked to you, I was also in some pretty severe pain, nerve pain that was under and around the ribs under this arm, and I had just gotten a steroid shot, which had helped. But for the days since then, I've still been in a fair amount of pain, unable to use this arm for lifting or for reaching for things, and really not using this part of my body very much because of the discomfort that was there. And I wasn't sure what to do next. I had tried the painkillers. I had tried everything that I had been told to try. And then a friend of mine who actually is in pretty much constant pain told me about her reflexologist. Now, if you're anything like me, you just rolled your eyes because I believe that everything that ends in ology is not necessarily truly a science. But I was desperate enough. I leave tomorrow for Canada. I have a 7-hour drive and a week away from home, and I just wanted to be well enough to not be dealing with this pain. So rolling my eyes, I said, okay, fine. And this friend gave me her appointment that she had scheduled with this reflexologist. And so I was the person lying on the table in this room with the waves crashing on the shore soundtrack that always goes in massage parlors. And kind of trying not to laugh as this lady was going, okay, so this is connected to your ribs, and we're going to release your ribs now, and this is your lungs, and it feels like they're a little bit under stress, so let's do something about that. And at one point she said, I'm sensing a lot of tension or what did she call it, congestion around your gallbladder, so let me do something about that. And very lightly she touches this place on my foot, and I didn't tell her, well, I had my gallbladder out, 2.5 months ago, so that's likely what you're feeling there. And sure enough, the minute that she did whatever she did, this kind of stitch in the side pain that I've been having at gallbladder level went away. So I finished this session with her, still kind of doing mini eye rolls as I'm leaving the office. And for the last few days, because of the pain in my side, this kind of motion has been painful to me. So I've been getting into my car head first, getting into the car this way, and then with the body follows behind. And I left her office yesterday, and without even realizing what I was doing, I got into the car the normal way with my head going like this. And when I woke up this morning, I was able to do things with this arm and with this part of my body that I haven't been able to do for several days. So go ahead, roll your eyes, but I think I'm becoming a mini believer in the power of reflexology. So that's a lot of good news. The no chemo, no radiation, less pain. I'm still in pain, of course, because I've had a bilateral mastectomy, and that's a big surgery, and reconstruction is happening, and there's going to be pain, but that pain that was so debilitating is gone. And I wanted to get a bottle of champagne. I wanted to invite friends over. I wanted to do it up big and really celebrate all of this good news. And I just felt more sobered than elated, and I couldn't figure out why. And last night I was lying in bed just kind of trying to figure this out. Why am I not jumping up and down with joy? And the name that came to mind is Kara Tippett, and some of you might know her. She is a woman who battled breast cancer in a very public way a few years ago and kept a blog called Mundane Faithfulness. She has a husband, she had children, she went through brutal treatments trying to extend her life for the sake of her kids and for the sake of her husband. And she died. She died of this disease that she was fighting, the same disease that I have. I have never been one to say why me. I didn't say why me with my first diagnosis back in 2008. I really haven't said it this time either, as I've gone from, crisis to crisis. But why me struck me in a very real way last night as I was pondering all of the good news that I've received lately. And it has to do with Kara Tippett. And as I was lying there thinking about it last night, my mind wandered back to last April or May when I was in England with my friend Renee, and we visited this beautiful thatched roof cottage village called Amberley in southern UK. And the Bishop of Chichester, I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce his name, there was a plaque there honoring him. And he is the author of a prayer that has been kind of immortalized in a lot of different ways. And it's a prayer that I chose for this year back in December when all of this health news started to break. And as I was lying last night contemplating the why me and not getting a clear answer, because I do believe that to some degree illness is going to strike randomly because we live in a fallen world in fallen bodies, and we're going to die, right? So there aren't always answers for why me. Why did I survive when others haven't? But what do I do with my survival? And the prayer of this bishop is actually the answer to that. I'm going to read it to you. The answer is to know thee more clearly, to love thee more dearly, and to follow thee more nearly day by day. And that is my pledge to myself, that I want to wake up every morning and remember the gift of breathing. Remember the gift of being able to get out of bed. Remember the gift of having a ministry to MKs, to a people group that I love, a ministry that emboldens me and galvanizes me and keeps me excited about what the next project is or the next speaking engagement. I don't ever want to just celebrate survival with the confetti and the bubbles and to forget the responsibility that comes with survival as well. So I am deeply grateful for no radiation, no chemo, and no pain. I am deeply humbled that I get to survive, barring any unforeseen surprises in the immediate future. I am also deeply aware that I cannot waste the fact that this cancer didn't get the better of me. So that's where my mind is today. I think we can learn as much from what has happened to us as from the awareness of what hasn't happened to me, to us. And that's where I am. I'm realizing and recognizing how bad this could have been, how painful this could still be, and I am choosing out of gratitude to God, out of gratitude for your prayers, out of gratitude for every breath I take, I am choosing to see him more clearly and to follow him more nearly. So that's kind of my 2 cents worth at this point. It's not very Kardashian of me to be waxing philosophical, but I wanted you to know my good news, and I wanted you to know my sobering outlook, my new perspective